The Bronze Trophy. In the hierarchy of PlayStation rewards, it's the bottom of the barrel. It's the digital equivalent of a good job sticker. Usually you get these for the bare minimum, completing the tutorial, finishing the first chapter, or my personal favorite, simply just starting the game. But sometimes the developers decide to hide a nightmare behind that tiny bronze trophy. We're talking requirements that demand world-class reflexes, hundreds of hours of mindless grinding, or the kind of luck you only see once in a lifetime. These aren't just trophies, these are potential scars on your PSN profile. Today, we are diving deep into 7 of the most disrespectful, soul-crushing bronze trophies that should have been gold. If you've ever stayed up till 3 AM chasing a platinum, this video is for you. We have to start with the trophy that makes even the most hardened trophy hunter cry, and that is mine leaving. To earn this, you have to complete the entire game on the highest difficulty. Sounds standard, right? Wrong. Mine leaving isn't just hard, it's a permadeath run. You have 1 life for the entire campaign. If you take a stray bullet from a random grunt in the final act, or if you accidentally fall off a ledge during a cutscene transition, you are booted back to the main menu. Now, people say that the game can take around 3 to 4 hours if you're rushing, but for those 4 hours of pure unadulterated stress and the ultimate slap in the face, after surviving the most stressful 4 hours of your life, the notification pops in the corner and it's a bronze. It is the single most lopsided effort to reward ratio in gaming history. Benevolent Leader in Fallout 4 has you making a camp have 100% happiness, and it feels like you need a degree to get it done. I remember this being one of the last trophies I received when I did the platinum run for this video up in the corner, just because of how awkward it was. You can't just throw one settler into a camp, give them what they need, and they will be happy. Oh, no, no, no. In order to get this trophy, you need over 20 settlers in the camp, enough of a defense grid to protect them, food, water, how much of each? Who knows? And finally, every settler needs a shop because everyone in the wasteland seems to be a budding entrepreneur. Then you need to cross your fingers, your toes, whatever else you have, and hope the gods grace you with no stumbling blocks that would cause them to lose happiness. An attack or any random number of things can cause this, including a settler just waking up on the wrong side of the bed. And after all that grind, again, you are just given a bronze trophy that is absolutely ridiculous, as you can see from my reaction in the video. Thank God for that. The Witcher 3, a game that took over 167 hours of my gaming time up last year. It took me to the most beautiful places I've ever seen in gaming, some of the most intriguing storylines of a game I've ever played, and threw a bronze trophy at me called Master Marksman. The Master Marksman trophy asks you to kill 50 human or non-human opponents with a headshot using the crossbow. Here's the problem. The crossbow in Witcher 3 is basically a toy. It does almost 0 damage. To actually farm this, you have to find a specific spot. Usually, you can find the Devil's Pit in Velen, weaken the enemies with your sword, and pray that the bolt actually registers as a headshot. The hitbox for the headshots in this game are notoriously finicky, and you'll spend hours lining up shots while Geralt's lightning reflexes slows down time, only if you've leveled up to get that perk. For you to do that, only for the kill to count as a body shot. For a game that is a literal 10 out of 10 masterpiece, this bronze is a 0 out of 10 experience. The Arkham series games have a combat system that is legendary for its flow, but Brutality 101 turns that flow into a frantic memory test. You have to perform 15 different combat moves in one single unbroken combo. Think about that. Most players use about 5 or 6 moves regularly: strike, counter, cape stun, maybe a gadget or 2. To get 15, you have to dig deep into that memory moveset, gadget variations, special takedowns, environmental strikes, and you have to do it all while the AI is actively trying to break your ribs. If you repeat a move, doesn't count. If you take a hit, reset. If you drop the combo because an enemy was an inch too far away, start over. You almost have to write a script on a sticky note and tape it to your monitor, but even then you have to react to the enemies in real time. It's an elite tier challenge hidden behind a really bad bronze icon. Let's go back to the PS3 era. Infamous was one of my most favorite games of that era. Literally, being Cole was great until you decided to go for the platinum. The Rockhound trophy requires you to collect all of the blast shards scattered across the Empire City. And yeah, there are some games that have quite a lot of collectibles. You've got like Assassin's Creed, where sometimes you've got the feathers and you've got the shards, and there's about 100 across the map. Infamous makes you collect 350. Now, you didn't hear me wrong, that is 350. Now, 350 is a lot of anything, but in a game from 2009, where we didn't have the sophisticated map filters or the ways we can locate them like we do today, if you miss one shard, just one, you had to spend hours parkouring over every single building, pinging your radar and hoping you didn't miss a tiny blue dot on a pier somewhere. And even then, you might not even be able to find it because it might be, say, under a bridge. Now, finding even, say, 100 collectibles would be a gold trophy, let alone 350. Giving someone a bronze for this is basically the developers saying, thanks for spending 10 hours looking in every single corner of every single building. Here's some pocket change. Now, I'm all too familiar with this trophy as I've only just recently received it. And when I was deciding what games I was going to put into this video, this was the first trophy that came to mind, as it was one of the trophies that almost broke the run and made me give up for at least a couple of months. And that is Delicate Excavation on Powerwash Simulator. This has you needing to power wash the ancient hand using only the white nozzle. In this game, the white nozzle is the wide angle tip. It has the lowest pressure. It's meant for rinsing off light dust, not the crusty ancient grime on a massive stone monument. Using the white nozzle on this map is like trying to paint a house with a toothbrush. It takes forever. Every crevice, every crack in the stone requires multiple passes. What is normally a zen, relaxing game becomes a grueling test of endurance. One single bronze trophy for 3 hours of holding down a trigger. My hand cramp is just thinking about it. Finally, we have the multiplayer curse. Black Flag is arguably the best pirate game ever made, but it suffers from the mid-2010s trend of forcing multiplayer into every single title. Committed to the cause requires you to reach level 50 in multiplayer. In 2024 and beyond, the servers are a ghost town, and even when the game came out in 2010, the servers were a ghost town. The grind to level 50 was an immense, rough 60 hours of play. Since nobody plays the legitimate way anymore, most people have had to resort to grinding Wolfpack mode for solo days and days on end. It is the most boring, repetitive experience imaginable. You are being an assassin, you're being a grocery store clerk, scanning the same items over and over for 60 hours. To finish that grind and see a bronze pop up is enough to make any pirate want to walk the plank. If you're going for this platinum today, Godspeed, because this trophy is a relic that should have stayed buried. And there you have it, 7 bronze trophies that truly deserve better treatment. These are trophies that turn fun hobbies into what can feel like full-time jobs. But I want to hear your horror stories. Which trophy was your mind leaving? Which collectible hunt made you want to throw your controller out the window? Let me know in the comments. I read all of them, and your suggestions may just end up in a part 2. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit the like button, subscribe for more trophy hunting content, and I'll catch you at the next ping.